Okay, so I'm going to introduce you to these critters. This is called nonviolent. Thank you. Good to see you. Glad to see you. Oh, and I have a request. If anyone's smoking, I'm sensitive to smoke. If you wouldn't mind. But I want you here, Marcella.
I'll hear.
I want you here. Okay. So this teaching is called Nonviolent Communication, and it's based on this book, the work of Dr. Marshall Rosenberg. It's a simple 4-step process that I'm going to teach you, and it's bottom line. It's about how to communicate in a way that will maximize the possibility of really creating a real connection, to really be heard and to really hear someone. Because a lot of people, we just talk at each other. This is a communication tube, and a communication tube, oh heck, they're practicing over there. This is a do they need to practice farther away? Would you ask them if they would? You just carry on. I'm taking this just to the right. This is a communication tube. There's 2 parts of communication. What are they? One is blah, 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 and one is
listening. Yeah,
speaking, listening. If both people are blah, blah, blahing at the same time, nothing's happening. In fact, the way I look at it, it's like everybody has something beautifully golden to say, and they stick it in one end, but they're going to stick it in the other end. Are they going to move? They're going to move. Oh, cool. Thank you. But if everybody's sticking it in on the same, same time, it gets stuck in the middle. And this red is like friction, and friction is actually, that's what creates war in the end, in the long run. It can create just fighting and war. But this communication tool, this is your biggest weapon, I would say. Your biggest weapon. If you can speak and the person on the other end can receive it and hear you, really hear you and take it in, it'll flow through, and then you pause, and then this person has a chance to speak, blah, 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 and really take it in, and there's this nice flow. This needs to be empty. It's just like, water or a river. When it's flowing and moving, it's great. When it's dammed up, it putrefies and gets, sick. This is the communication tube. So this is based on this work. My name is Tara Gardner, and I have taught communication, a class called Effective Communications and Communication Skills Building for the Community College District for 21 years. And then I discovered this, maybe about, 17 years ago, and then I just decided I loved that this was so simple and so succinct that I employed this into my career, into my work. And bottom line, what it is, it's a way to get the finger pointing, the shaming, the wrong making, the criticizing, the labeling, that kind of language out, or energy out of your language. No more finger pointing. You just speak from your heart, from your truth. This is what I experienced. This is what I've observed. Thanks a lot, Luann. This is what I experience about what I observe, or what I'm thinking about, or what I believe, or what's important to me, or what I value. And because my needs for, integrity, or my needs for honesty, or authenticity, or safety, or whatever, you connect with your needs. I'm going to teach you exactly the 4 steps, and you make doable requests about it. I'll tell you the 4 steps. I'm going to just read a little something first before I get into the 4 steps, and I'll give you a handout. I call this, now Marshall calls this nonviolent communication, but I kind of prefer the positive languaging of conscious and empowering communication. I teach a 5-week course on this, based on this model and based on my training from my past. And I like to I'm just going to read a couple of things here. The power of language cannot be underestimated. How we hold in our minds our experiences of reality with the words we think. I mean, we use words to experience reality. And then therefore share that understanding outward. How we hold it in our minds with words and then share it outward with words. We're communicating inward in our own inner tube and then out. In and out. With the words we say, it will impact, not only impact, but sometimes even create or generate our experience of reality. We are that powerful. We can use words that powerfully to really not just only impact reality, but actually create and generate a whole new reality just by the words that we use. So may as well, why not, use words in a really impactful, empowering, conscious way. So that's what this is about. So I'm going to give you a handout. That explains these 4 steps of this model. And before I do, I'm going to, okay. You want to hand these out? I'm hoping that there's going to be enough. I think hand out the orange ones first and then the white ones. And actually share them, hand out one orange one per person, per 2 people. And then we'll see if we have enough to go around. While she's handing that out, I want to introduce you to these guys. Now, these guys, Marshall came up with these puppets. He uses the giraffe puppet and the jackal puppet to illustrate these 2 different kinds of communication. The jackal puppet it illustrates the kind of communication that has to do with finger pointing and shaming and blaming and wrong making and shoulding and moralizing and judging and just labeling things, which is not very conducive to have a real heart-to-heart connection. And that's what we want. We want to feel connected with people and get our message across and hear really what's going on. We want to have a unifying experience, not a disconnecting experience. So this illustrates the language of the head. That's what people think about you. This illustrates language of the heart. And he uses this puppet because, anybody take a guess why he uses the giraffe to illustrate this? Why would he use the giraffe?
Because his head's so far from his heart.
Because his head is far from his heart? No.
No?
No. But it has to do somewhat with that. His head is so far from his heart. It's similar. Yeah, we can stretch it.
Maybe it means that it doesn't.
Because the neck is so long. What?
You have a longer drop from head to heart.
The head isolates itself. Maybe it has something to do with it doesn't matter what you look like on the outside, but it's what's in your heart.
Okay, it all has to do with the heart. And this neck is so long, it takes a huge heart to pump the blood up the neck to, from the heart, up the neck to the head. So it's the land animal with the largest heart. And so that's why we call this heart language, because we want to speak from our heart. So yeah, in a roundabout way, that's true.
I just heard that's the hardest distance to cross, the 6 inches from your head to your heart.
Absolutely. And that's what we want to get to. We want to speak from our heart. So take a look at your sheets. I just want to say, in this course, you'll learn that a language that inspires 100% self-responsibility, authenticity, and genuine connection. This language will inspire that. As you absorb the basic 4-step process and philosophy of NVC communication, also referred to as compassionate or empathic communication or heart communication. Its purpose is to inspire compassion from others and to respond compassionately to others and thereby enhance the possibility for true connection on a human level. NVC guides us to reframe how we express ourselves and how we hear others without shaming, blaming, judging, or criticizing. We communicate instead by focusing on the 4 steps, which are, take a look at your sheet. The 4 steps are the orange sheet. Yep, take a look at the orange sheet. The 4 steps are, in fact, if you have a white sheet, would you give me the white sheet? It's a just a repeat of that. I don't have that many. You have one? Okay. So, thank you. So take a look at the orange sheet. The 4 steps. Here they are. Really simple. 4 steps. 1. Somebody say it. What's
Observation.
Observation.
Observe.
Number 2. What's somebody say it?
Express
Feeling.
feeling.
Number 3. Somebody say it.
Needs.
Needs. And number 4.
Request.
Requests. Okay, we're going to break them down. Number 1, observation. Somebody read what it says for observation.
Say, carry out to
What
this
is the
observation with evaluation, no editorializing.
Exactly. Read somebody over here too.
What is the observable behavior? Take care not to mix observations with evaluations. When you saw, heard, remembered, imagined.
So, the observation, when you speak, make an observation. I noticed that when you came home at 10 after 9, and I remember we spoke earlier on the phone and at lunch, and you said you'd be home at 7 for dinner. That's just an observation. It's what a video camera could record. Now, it's one of the most, Christian Murdy has been quoted of saying, that's one of the most difficult human accomplishments, is to be able to just make an observation without any editorializing, without any subjective editing, just to make an observation. This is the facts. It's just the facts, Dano. Well, who said that? Facts, Dano? Who said that? Just the facts.
It's boy 5 below.
Yeah, just the facts.
Just the facts, man.
Dano. Yeah, just the facts, man. So just the facts.
That was actually Friday.
Yeah.
Friday.
Right, Jack
It
Webb.
was Joe Friday, you're right.
Joe Friday. Okay, just the facts. Okay, so
Dana was white.
not Dano, right? It's
No,
not
not
Dano.
Dano.
Okay, just
Book
the
'em,
facts.
Dano.
Book 'em, Dano. Just the facts. Okay. Okay, thank you. Just the facts. Just the facts. So that's the observation. Number 1. Number 2, the feelings. Somebody read the feelings. Somebody read it.
Express your feelings. Take a moment to feel the feelings before stating them. Yes, there is time. If you say, I feel like that, no feelings follow. Yeah, I feel.
Huh?
I feel uncomfortable when.
I'm feeling like you. Yeah, I'm feeling that I'm feeling that the government is corrupt. I'm feeling that you are commitment phobic. I'm feeling that you should have done it. This is not conducive to the kind of quality, heart connection, communication we want.
I feel uncomfortable that blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, so this is a basic rule of thumb. If you get nothing out of this, remember this. Never, this is a really great communication tip. Never follow the word feeling with anything but a feeling. Don't follow it with the word that, as if, like, should, he, she, they. No, I feel a feeling. I feel sad, I feel concerned, I feel scared, I feel cold, I feel hungry, I feel worried, I feel eager, I feel excited, I feel thrilled, I feel whatever. Follow the word feeling with a real feeling. That's a very simple tip, if you can take that away.